Hello, my name is Dean Ramsden, and I'm a therapeutic energy healer. The focus of this video is the meaning and usage of the term astral healing. Now, commonly, astral healing refers to any psychic or clearing technique that removes or banishes negative spirit being activity or addresses hidden energies interfering with the client's healing process. Astral healing, in this definition, is heavily influenced by popularism, by movies and books such as the Harry Potter series that present the astral world as spooky, scary, and often malevolent. Many healers also read psychic authors such as Leadbeater, who describe the astral world in visual terms that heavily rely on our imagination to interpret it. As such, astral healing is the last resort for many clients because of the fear factor, and also for many energy healers too. My own personal and professional relationship with astral healing has developed tremendously since my first days encountering this particular way of helping clients. Astral healing and the techniques associated with it seem often to parallel shamanic techniques of spirit world invasion and the removal of external and malevolent energies that affect the client, such as a curse. And integrated into this world of astral healing has been interactions with a spirit guide, spirit ally, or spirit and supportive beings that turn up during an energy healing event. After decades of professional work, I now have a very different map or a functional approach to astral healing. Even though for most energy healers the shamanic approach is a fine and workable set of skills, in my own research and studies it seems clear that our commonly held perspective on the spirit world and how it interacts with humans was heavily influenced by the esoteric craze started in the early 1900s, rooted in the Theosophy movement. Theosophy saw the world's religious traditions as needing an upgrade that moved them past Western experiences with the spirit world and added in the wisdom of spirit teachers who could encourage the inner development of students, replacing rote religion with contact from these more evolved beings existing in higher realms. A key component of this process is akin to Western interpretations of theurgy, but changed from the early classical concept of the Neoplatonists to an expansive world, inclusive also of Asian deities and Asian perspectives. The endpoint was a unification of all religions in the service of higher beings who guided our development as human beings. Head over to the theosophy.wiki webpage for more information on this important movement. Now, these ideas faded from public view during the chaos of the Second World War and returned in the 70s and the 80s as the New Age. The New Age was a watered-down and commercially lucrative period for psychic energy healers. Even today, New Age ideas and products such as New Age music help empower those of us who don't follow the mainstream religions, but are open to the world as both material and spiritual. The world of energy healing attempts to blend together the needs of the material world with the influences from the non-visible worlds. Astral healing rests in this earlier time of theosophy, having passed also through the New Age decades. Again, the worldview of theosophy, or the New Age channeled material, is still relevant, still workable, but at the end of this short video I want to present an alternative approach to astral healing. For that we have to go back in time to earlier forms of esoteric knowledge, in fact to the roots of a theurgy that embraces the Western writings of the Renaissance all the way to the beginnings of the 20th century. While the Theosophical Society and the spirit communication or seance events stressed a world beyond this one, an astral world impacting this material and physical one, these pre-theosophy writers saw traditional and folk magic as the core reality. This reality was a complex spheres of interactions with the human world, 7 dimensions of each interaction, each higher and finer than the other. From this perspective, the astral world was the non-physical world of all spirits and intelligences abiding close to the earth within the sphere of the moon. So, sublunar spirits and intelligences, this included various denizens of the 4 elements, air, fire, water and earth, as well as non-human beings that exist within human imagination or have since become extinct. For the pre-theosophy world, this appeared medieval and primitive, and perhaps undeveloped in comparison with the world presented to them by H.P. Blavatsky and others. But this Renaissance view of the astral world, that it is in fact the sublunar sphere of Western esoteric knowledge, has become my new and workable map in helping clients make sense of astral events in their lives. Because while we all need to cleanse ourselves of malevolent or invasive psycho-emotional energies in order to heal ourselves, there also exist positive and supportive energies, supportive beings and intelligences which we can tap into and which can support our client in his or her goals. In other words, the astral world is not to be feared, but rather understood and embraced as a place of resource for both healer and client. The astral cleansing process is essential as a starting place in our development, but the gaining of new insights about how the world works, the attraction of positive and supportive energies in our lives is just as vital. The old skills of astral healing work, the shamanic skills, but we can improve and elevate them. And we do this by expanding our awareness and the client's awareness of the positive and supportive energies available to them. And astral healing can both remove and reduce negative forces and also attract or boost positive ones for the client's energy body. Ultimately, an astral healing or sublunar sphere healing work connects the client to what they need in order to develop and be prosperous in their lives. It's not just about removing evil forces. It's also boosting positive forces that empower and help develop the client in his or her life. Thanks for listening, and bye for now.